PhD with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the command of General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. Truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews according to the Bible, and our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We are not affiliated with any other Christian organization, Muslim mosque, or any other so-called Hebrew Israelite group. We stand alone. This is the only home of the truth. And I'm about to go, whatever I just said right now, this introduction is going to be proven right here in the scriptures. What I'm about to go in tonight is we're going to get into the most destructive force of the black and brown community.
That's right.
This thing that I'm about to get into has caused us to err in front of the Most High for centuries. You know what I'm saying? Since Adam. Since Adam came into the truth, we erred because of this destructive force. And I'm gonna give you some real life examples. I mean, you can just look at how the way we're living. Look how the way our people are living.
Right. And
you can see the destructive forces that we're under.
Right.
We're gonna get into Numbers. Let's get Numbers chapter 16. And we're gonna go into what is or how this destructive force totally and thoroughly affects us and kills everything about us. And it does so thoroughly. It always does. This thing is thorough in its destruction in the black and brown community. The Most High's children, right. The Israelites. Whenever you got it.
Numbers chapter 16.
Verse. We'll start at verse 1.
Verse 1. The book of Numbers.
All the way through, sir.
No sweat. The book of Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Kor, the son of Azar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and on the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men. Verse 2.
All right, just right there is going through the lineage. How the way we're supposed to do it. Whenever we present ourselves, or we even discussing, even back in the day, those old folks be like, who, they'll discuss a certain person. Be like, who? Willie's boy.
Right.
Willie down on 9th and 8th. Willie's boy. You know what I'm saying? He used to go to school with your sister, right?
Right.
His mom, his grandfather owns the car lot, or the mechanic shop down on Lincoln. Oh, okay, so I know who you're talking about, because we recognize each other by who our family is, who our fathers is.
Right.
We don't do that now because of this destructive force. This destructive force, we only know people because of the bad deeds that we do. You know what I'm saying? We know people from the weed we smoke, or what the type of drugs that we can get, or who can pop it the best.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's how we recognize. That's how we identify each other.
Right.
When you're talking about a certain person, you're like, who? Nah, I don't know him. You know the dude that got that loud. You know what I'm saying? That got that John Blake who comes with that fire.
Right.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, we got messed up over that. Now we don't even recognize each other by, our good deeds or our family name. We recognize each other over our sins.
Right.
That's not how and because of this destructive force, this is how far we have fallen. Keep going.
Go. Verse 2. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel.
So they rose up, they came up, they got together. They discussed amongst themselves, and they didn't like what was going on. So they rose up against Moses. Right. That's what it's saying. Okay.
250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
So these aren't some, quote unquote bums or some deadbeats who don't want nothing out of, life. These are men of renown. These are men of honor. People in the community look up to these men. And how many did it say that there were?
200. It's a lot. 250 princes of the assembly.
So it was a good number of people that the whole congregation, all of our people, because right now we're in the wilderness. I'm not gonna say we ain't got nothing. We don't have a homeland. We don't have an inheritance at this point in time. All we're going off of is promises. We got money. We got renown. Why? Because the Egyptians gave it to us, thrusted it upon us, right, so that we can get the hell out of Dodge, so that they can, so that the Most High can stop the plagues from plaguing them. They gave us all their wealth. Take it. Just get up out of there. So we wasn't poor at this point in time. What we did not have was a homeland. What we did not have was a home. We were just wandering in the wilderness. Right. But even in this state, there was 250 people that was renowned, that was looked upon very highly, and people looked to them for guidance and trust. They put their trust in these men. And these men took that and it just went straight to their heads. So they gathered amongst themselves, and then they went to Moses. And this is what happened when they went to Moses. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves up above the congregation of the Lord.
Okay, so it was a lot that was said there. First, they said they came to Moses and Aaron, right? Moses and Aaron at this point in time, Moses was the leader of Israel. Right. Aaron was his right-hand man. Right. Think of it like Commanding General YAHANNA and General Muhammad. You're not going to go one place and rarely you're going to see one without the other. Right. Whenever you see Aaron and he's talking to the people, he's an extension of Moses. He's carrying out orders that Moses had given. And at this point in time, this wasn't Moses's show to run. This is the Most High's show to run, and he's going to prove it, because he didn't want to go through all this that he's going through. You know what I'm saying? The burden of being a leader and making all the right decisions is quite a burden. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people's lives in your hands. If you make the wrong decision, and when I say you making the wrong decision, any decision that you make that goes against these scriptures is the wrong decision. Anything that you say or do or teach others to say or do that goes against these scriptures, the Most High, if he puts you in charge, the Most High is going to hold you, for lack of better words, double accountable. He's going to hold you to a higher standard. Why? Because he chose you to be a leader to his people. And if you lead his people astray, he's going to hold you to the fire. Yeah, right. So just having that burden, leading a people up out of Egypt, and the people fighting you tooth and nail every step of the way, even though they seen the work and the wonders of the Most High, how the way he destroyed our enemies right there. We seen it. We seen the Most High destroy our enemies. We seen the Most High destroy our enemies' firstborn. And then when our quote unquote backs were against the wall, we seen the Red Sea close up and destroy the most powerful army in the world at that time, at that point in time. The Most High destroyed our enemy right in front of us. And who led us out? Moses was the man that the Most High put in charge and led us out. And we've been going against him in the wilderness every step of the way.
Yeah, now what you're saying is so heavy. Like, core, just like the men that rose up against Moses, and even to this day, when they come up against, the priests and prophets of the Lord, like, brothers got to understand, like, not everybody is fit to do what Moses did.
Right.
Or to go and, you understand, stand with the truth and not fold. Not everybody's fit to lead, you know, a whole group of people. Not everybody fit to lead. Like you said, a heavy point by saying it's not an easy thing. You understand, to what Moses had to control and what Moses had to do, and leading these leading Israel out of captivity.
Right.
You understand, especially at the same time by doing so, and then you got some of the same people you're trying to save, wanting you know, having something to say. You understand? It definitely is not the easiest job in the world. But brothers gotta understand that not everybody is fit. There's a reason why the Lord chose who He chose. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And just like I heard General Muhammad say this in the class probably a few times, that there are excellent officers and excellent sergeants who want to be generals and who wants to be in charge, but once they actually get that position and they're actually in charge of, you know, given more power and given more authority, that they fold under that, you know, power and that authority.
Right.
But when they were, you know, lower ranking, they held that office, you know, as tight as can be.
Right.
And that's where they're supposed to be, in that specific office. They are great people. People are great officers or soldiers, but they are very weak generals. If they ever got to that position to be a general, be leader, a leader of a mass of people, they absolutely fold. They're weak leaders. Right. But when they're a lower ranking officer, they hold that office, you know, to no one can touch them when it comes to that specific office.
Right.
And right now, these men, even though they're in renown, they held some sort of authority in the nation. They held some sort of authority in the congregation. But they wanted to be the man. They wanted to be the general. Little did they know it's not up to them.
Right.
They're about to find out. It's not up to them. Our problem is, the same thing was our problem back then. Our problem now, the same thing our problem back then. We think we know what's best for us.
Right.
We're our own worst enemies, as the brother said earlier.
Right.
We're our own worst enemies. We think that we can, you know, because of something that we think we see, that we can choose our leader.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black people chose Obama, and you know, things got worse under his administration.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you think that you can choose your leader and you don't consult with the Most High, we are bound for destruction. You know what I'm saying? We are bound. Even though I'm not saying Obama was a black man, because he wasn't. He's a Hamite. He wasn't our people anyway.
Right.
Even if we do we do choose somebody that's from among us, an Israelite. If the Most High did not choose that man, I'm not saying a woman, because the Most High does not choose women to lead over men. If the Most High did not choose that man, we're doomed. We're bound for destruction. Why? Because if the Most High, if that man does not fall in line with these scriptures, with the order the Most High set up, there is no integrity. There is no dignity. There is no, you know, pride in carrying forth the Most High's name out in the world. There's more pride in themselves. There's more lust in themselves. And then once they get pride and power in the world, they're only going to show pride and destruction, lead us, who we're following after, into destruction. Let's keep reading.
Right.
Hold on. So, can you read verse 3 again, Baba Shaw?
That's what verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them.
So he's saying Moses took this upon himself. No, the Most High chose him, and the Most High put this on him. He's following orders. He's not doing this just to be famous, just to have his name, ring out in the streets. He's doing this because the Most High told him to do this. and he fears the Most High. Scripture says the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Right now, Moses is very wise, and these 250 princes do not fear the Lord, and they are very foolish. These people, these guys' names are going to ring. These 250 guys, their names are going to ring out before the wrong reason. We're gonna remember them. Most High had this, set this up, had this happen, so that we know how He wants things to be run. Keep going.
No sweat. Seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
So again, they're thinking that Moses is the one to put himself in charge. That's one of the reasons why there was a split in the truth.
Right.
People thought that Commander General YAHANNA put himself up there. The Most High chose Commander General YAHANNA, and everybody wants to be the man.
Right.
Where are all these so-called Israelite groups now? Where are they? A lot of them are in no place well. A lot of them are in no place well, and they're leading the people to destruction. The things that comes out of some of these camps, it's mind-boggling. Like, are you serious?
Right.
And that's all because people don't want to be a good soldier and they want to be a bad general.
Yeah.
The Most High chose Moses. The Most High chose Commander General YAHANNA.
That's right.
All right? Now, keep going, Dr. Shaw.
No sweat. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves among the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
So Moses heard this. He's like, man, he know the deal. He know what the Most High is about to do.
Right.
So he fell upon his face, and then what?
And he said unto Korah and to all his company, saying,
He said to everybody, now listen up.
Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy.
So he said he will show who are his and who is holy. So he's going to say, he's saying tomorrow, and I've heard General Muhammad and Commander General YAHANNA say this a bunch of times. Go do what you do. We're going to do what we do. And then one day we're going to meet on the battlefield, and then we're going to find out who the Most High is with. This is the precept that they're always talking about. Right here. He said, tomorrow, you go on your side, I'm going to be on my side, and the Most High is going to choose who he's with. Don't ever go against the man of the Lord. Don't ever go against the man of the Lord, because whenever you go against the man of the Lord, man of the Most High, you are going to lose 150% of the time. You are always going to lose. You got something to say, sir?
Yeah, comment on I.S.U.P.K said, thinking the Lord chose us all.
Right. The Most High, the reason why we're here is because the Most High chose us. The scripture, the precept is that my sheep will hear my voice. My sheep will hear my voice.
That's right.
That's the precept. Let's keep going, Baba Shaw.
No sweat. And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him.
So he's saying, and if anybody has read this story or knows this story, he's saying whoever's with him, and just remember that precept I just said, my sheep will hear my voice. He said that people who are with him, his sheep, is going to come near to him. He's going to make a distinction. If you're over, he's going to make a distinction who's on his side and who's not. Let's keep going.
God. This do take you censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doeth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
So he's saying, All right. So what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna go out, and Most High is gonna choose sides. We're gonna go on one side. I'm gonna go on one side. You're gonna go on another side. Most High, and you're gonna have some censers, which is something like this. This is a censer. You're gonna put burning coals in it, and you're gonna put incense in it, and you're gonna light it on fire, and it's gonna burn. And the Most High is gonna choose who is with him and who is not. And he said, "You sons of Levi, y'all are biting more than you can handle." That's basically what he's saying. Keep going, Baba Shaw.
And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. So
basically, he's saying, you think it's a small thing that you're a priest of the Most High. What the Most High is actually doing is separating you from the rest of the congregation, and you're being closer to him, so that you can be leaders to the people. You're communicating with the Most High, getting instruction on how to rightly divine the scripture, so that you can teach the children of Israel to flourish and be over everybody of the earth. You are an instrumental part of keeping this kingdom, astray, keeping this kingdom aright. You know what I'm saying? Keeping this boat floating. Mm-hmm. He's saying you're taking this too lightly. The duty of a priest is super heavy. Right. It is super heavy. It is so heavy that Scripture says if you swear an oath to be, basically, I'm paraphrasing, if you swear an oath to be in the truth, and then you leave, 7 demons are gonna, 7 times the demons are gonna attack you. You come up in here and say you stand for the Most High, and you want to be a leader of His people, and then you renege on that. It's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a tough rest of your life. However long that is, it's going to be a tough rest of the life for you. Kyle, you got something, sir?
Salagia too. And, it's what you're saying right there is heavy as far as, the sons of Levi, Korah and the sons of Levi, them, having this role as priests, you understand? They got an important role. You understand? That's why Moses said, You take on too much upon you, you sons of Levi. You got a significant role. And even up in here in the I.S.U.P.K, we let it be known from the highest ranking man to the lowest ranking man to the sisters, like the role you have, the office you have, you to fulfill it to the best.
Right.
Troopers is needed, sisters is needed, you understand, officers is needed, captains are needed, and generals are needed. You understand? Every role that you have has an extreme importance, to it. You understand? That same thing that Moses is trying to get Korah to understand, the rest of Levites understand, is, the same thing he's trying to get them to understand is the same thing that we teach up in here. You got an important role to fulfill your role. You don't need to take on too much. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whatever role it is that you got, whatever role it is that you at, whatever rank you at, fulfill that role, do it to the best of your degree. Right. You understand? Moses trying to break that down to him. He's such a brother forward. You understand? He's such a brother and a leader forward, trying to get these brothers to understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is what also Barak is saying is absolutely right. Whatever position the Most High puts you in, fulfill that position up to the best of your ability. Because whatever position He puts you in is very, very important. Anybody who is up in the truth, who is a trooper or a priest or an officer in the I.S.U.P.K, you are more finer than gold. That's what the Scripture says. Scripture says, out of 1,000 men, I was just telling. It's a lot, if I could. But I was just telling my mother this, I was just telling my mother this, Scripture says, out of 1,000 men, I have only found one righteous. Out of 1,000 women, I found none. You know what I'm saying? So any of these sisters that are in the I.S.U.P.K, that are in the truth, it's just that much harder to find a sister that's up in here to accept the correction that they've gotten, because all the vile things that they've learned out in the from under Korah and his people, they shed themselves. And you know how hard it is to for, especially for a woman, even a brother who comes up in here who has been beaten down, grounded down to powder, to come up in here, know that they were living wrong, and then get correction, accept the correction, and then go through the changes that they need to stand up in here. You know how hard that is? That's why the Most High said, that's why Christ said, it is better if you tie a millstone around your neck and throw yourself in the sea and drown yourself than to ever come up against any one of his children. Because the amount of dignity, of the amount of, what's the word I'm trying to say? What you need to go through to shed yourself of the world and come up in here and be righteous and stand up for the Most High is absolutely amazing. You know how many brothers and sisters come in and leave?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many brothers and sisters who look at us and scorn us on the corners or on Facebook, online, or whatnot, think we crazy Negroes speaking. I heard someone say we speak the devil. We're speaking devil's language when we're talking speaking our holy Lashuan Kodash up on the Sabbath service, or even at the end of the classes. We're speaking the devil's language. That's what people say. I've never heard that, but wow, okay. But do you know how hard it is to come up in here and accept correction? Then change yourself, shed yourself with the world? The Most High has a crown for you if you actually do something like that. This is not an easy thing to be here. What Moses is doing is not an easy thing. But he chose, when I say he, the Most High chose Moses to be that man, to bear that burden. Let's keep reading.
No sweat.
Verse 8. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, you sons of Levi. Verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel have separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them.
So he basically is saying the same thing what I just broke down. This is not a small thing to be up in here. It's not a small thing to get right, to correct yourself, to fix to have yourself fixed, so that you can go back out and then fix your other brothers and sisters that need fixing just as much as you did when you came up in here. Just like someone picked you up when you was grounded down to when Esau ground you down into dust, into powder, into fine powder, put you back together, and now you are fine gold. It is not a small thing for you to be in that position, to go back out and fill and get your brothers and sisters who is just as ground and beat up as you were when you first came into the truth, when you first heard the truth. That should be enough. That should be enough right there. But these men wanted more. They wanted it all. Be careful what you ask for. You about to get something from the Most High. He's going to give you something. If you think that you can come learn a little bit of something, that's what all these fake Israelites group are. They're a bunch of chorus. They come in here, they're online. I know you online, and you watch these videos, you watch these classes, and then you go out and regurgitate everything that we say, but you do it wrong. You do it wrong, and then you lead your people astray. You misinterpret things because you don't have the truth. Just because you're actually listening to a class and then you're trying to go back out and regurgitate it under your own name, you're going to be found out. You're going to be found out to be a liar and a deceiver. And I pray you turn back from that before Christ gets back, because once Christ gets back, it's over. Just like it's about to be over for these brothers over here. Keep going, Baba Shah.
Verse 10, and he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is earned that ye murmur against him?
So basically, he's saying the Most High chose you to be priests, right? He gathered you up here. You're the reason why you're princes among the people and men of renown is because you are priests to the Most High. He's the one who picked you up, polished you off, and gave you a little something so that the people can look up to. And now you wanna turn your back on the Most High? You're the one who's supposed to be teaching the people that the Most High only deals with one man at a time.
Right.
He only deals with one leader of Israel at a time. His blessing is only on one man at a time, according to the scripture. And right now, Moses is that man. You have no right to come up against what the Most High set forth.
Right.
Let's keep going, Baba Shah. Oh, you got
to lead you up. And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abraham, the sons of Eliab, which say, we will not come up.
No, okay. He gave an order. Moses told him, do something. And these brothers said, no, we ain't doing it.
Verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of a land that floweth with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness?
So he's saying, is it not a small thing that you took us out of a land flowing with milk and honey? What was that land that was flowing with milk and honey?
To these brothers?
No, actually what they were saying.
To these brothers, that land that they're speaking of was Egypt.
Yeah, it was slavery. It was captivity. And it was flowing with milk and honey, but they were pouring it for their slave masters. They weren't pouring it or have it poured for themselves. It was flowing with milk and honey, flowing from their hands and labor over to the slave master. They weren't able to enjoy all that was offered in Egypt. Just like we're not able to enjoy all this offered in America. We drive the cabs. We pack the bags. We fill the airplanes. We clean off the airplanes. We clean out the hospitals. We clean the hotels. We carry the bags in the hotels and whatnot. We see it, but we don't partake in it. That's not our stuff. That's exactly what these brothers are saying. You let us out of the land flowing with milk and honey so that we can die in the wilderness. Crazy. You got something?
Come, you understand? Like these scriptures are so heavy. Like in their response, like you can clearly see. You understand? If you got an ear for the Lord on why it is that the Lord ain't put these brothers in charge. Right. You can't be in charge if you are overran and overthrown by an ideology that's your captor, just like Stockholm Syndrome. Mm-hmm. These brothers right here is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome for sure. They just said the land of milk and honey, going back to Egypt, a land that kept them in bondage, a land that oppressed us, just like in America, and telling and responding to Moses like, nah, I ain't coming back up. We're not going up there. Like you brought us from out of there to come suffer in the wilderness when that was milk and honey over there. That was, life was good over there. I was fine. You understand? Like right. This the spirit of them 3-piece suit wearing, 6-piece suit wearing, gator shoe, long tie, big hat wearing grandmamas. You understand? Like that's
full out right there.
It's a lot. This that full out spirit right here. That you understand? This the Lord is showing you right here in the response that Dathan and Abraham had towards Moses. Mm-hmm. This right here is the reason why you're not in charge. So when you find leaders today in America that respond that same way, right. Oh, America's been good to us. America, we can be doctors now. We can do this now. The same spirit that the leaders today had, they got that same spirit right there, and you can tell right there in that response. That's why the Lord ain't choose them to lead.
Exactly.
Egypt wasn't no land of milk and honey. America ain't no land of milk and honey. You understand?
Not our land. This place will soon be the literal lake of fire once World War III starts, and them thermonuclear warheads come over and destroy this place will be the literal lake of fire.
Right.
Ain't gonna be no milk, ain't gonna be no honey, and there ain't gonna be nobody who's gonna say, "Damn, I wish we could go back." There ain't gonna be no one. Those people that's gonna be saying that amongst our people, unfortunately, are gonna be the ones that are gonna be thrust through. And I pray you hear this and understand this, that the Most High is not dealing with anything that has to do with our captors. Everything that our captors will have, their ideology, mainly their ideology, will be destroyed, utterly destroyed. Utterly destroyed. You stand with that ideology, you will be destroyed too. And I'm not saying this is I'm saying this because the Most High is saying this. He's telling everybody, all of Israel, to turn back away, to shed themselves of this society and put on what the Most High has for us, which is these scriptures, these laws, statutes, and commandments. And what you were saying was heavy, because when you said that, it just reminded me of one of these older movies, Cadillac Records. I don't know if you ever heard it, but
yes, I've heard of Cadillac Records.
You heard it. Right? So it was a scene where Howlin' Wolf just got signed on with Cadillac Records. He was talking with Muddy Waters, and he was driving this old pickup truck. And he was like, "Man, you hit out Muddy Waters, like if you make a few records, you can get one of these." And it was a Cadillac, brand new Cadillac, it was a convertible Cadillac. He was like, yeah, that's fine. But this old thing right here, I own it. It don't own me. Meaning that I'd rather have something for myself that I own, my land, my heritage, my people, than to be tied down that's something that looks fancy, but I have to sell my soul, I have to sell my power, I have to sell my woman, my children, to get that thing. And that's what these brothers were saying. These brothers that are with Korah, that's what these brothers are saying. You let us out of the land flowing with milk and honey so that we can die in the wilderness. That promise that the Most High gave us to lead us out of Egypt captivity was so that we can have our own, so that we can serve our power the way that our power demands it of us. Not to be up under some slave master. We have to do everything that they tell us to do and how to do it. Just look at Lil Nas X. Look at Lil Nas X. They gave him a platform, they gave him some money, and they say, put this dress on. They say, go twerk on the devil. And it was like, if you do this, you will be famous. And he did everything that they suggested to.
Right.
And he's probably doing over more and over what they originally asked for.
Right.
Why? Because we chose wicked leaders. We chose leaders who are not of the Most High, who do not have the spirit of the Most High. We chose some effeminate, yogurty men to put above us, and some masculine, can't say some of these words, but some masculine women to put over us, and we got all of our wires crossed. Now we got Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying? Now we got, so everybody thought that, Russell Westbrook was a man's man. He may dress a little weird, with all them colors and different things, but now this dude is out in the dress. Did you see that?
You talking about that Purple Rain Jazz Steppers, what it is, Spirit Fingers dress that he had on? Nice. That brother right there.
This dude had a dress on.
Lord, gonna do something different.
Had a dress on. Like, are you serious? This is what we come to. This is our people. The Most High said we are supposed to be above everybody on the face of the earth. And the people who has the most visibility to the whole world are wearing dresses, twerking on devils, saying that their son is now a girl, now is now their daughter. These are our people right now. These are our. How far have we fallen? When once upon a time, even the gate guards were mistaken to be royalty. You understand that? The people who guarded the gates of the city was mistaken to be royalty because of the drip, because of the actual gold that they had on, because of the actual silk that they had on, actual jewels that they had on. One day, all this stuff ain't going to be for play. One day, all this stuff is going to be actual gold. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a bright day. We're going to need some strong oak, some strong lumber to hold all this gold and all this ivory, you know what I'm saying, all these jewels up. You know what else we're going to need? You know what else we're going to need? We're going to need slaves to mine them.
That's right. That's right.
That's what's going to happen.
Damn right.
Sorry, I think I'm getting off a little off topic. If I could, let's bring it back. Get in the car and bring it back to what we're talking about.
Ain't no sport.
We at verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of a land that floweth with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us?
That's wrong. The Most High made him a prince over all of you. That's who did that. The Most High did that. The Most High gave Moses the authority and the power to cast plagues on Egypt, to split the Red Sea, to make demands of Pharaoh. None of y'all niggas was making demands on Pharaoh until Moses came on the scene. What about that? When there was no power that we can see, Moses came up there and made demands of the most powerful man on earth. Why? You was there because they were remembering the land that flowed with milk and honey. Where were you at when Moses was making demands? Why weren't you actually making demands of Pharaoh? Why did you have to wait till Moses to do it? Why? Because the Most High ain't with you. Most High is with Moses. And that's the reason why you have the audacity to actually make these claims right now. Because Most High rose up Moses to do this. Let's keep going about this, y'all.
Let's what? Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up.
So see, man, was it? You got something?
I was gonna Salak if I may. Like that right there is so Christian. It's so Christian to believe, and this is why when the scriptures say the kingdom is at hand, the kingdom is within you.
Right. You
understand? It's not just gonna be dropped in your hands. You understand? You got to put forth some work.
Right.
You can't just think that it's going to be given to you, because if the Lord gives us gold, silver, the cities, the field, the earth, but we have not accepted what it takes to change and what it takes to maintain, what it takes to bring it, and just think like this brother said. He said, moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land of milk and honey. You ain't give us inheritance of fields and vineyards. So they thought Moses brought us out. Moses already brought us out. But he also ain't give us the vineyards and the fields. You know what I mean? Like it's such a Christian thing to think that this is just gonna be dropped into you. You understand? Like we gotta work for these type of things. We gotta put the Lord into it. Like we gotta put our work in. You can't just throw the vineyard and the field is gonna drop in your hands and you're gonna know what to do with it. You ain't even got the spirit to know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. These brothers think that that just like you said, they were supposed to it was just supposed to come. They were supposed to walk out of Egypt and then walk right into their promised land. Not knowing that they have to, not knowing that what it actually takes to build a kingdom. Even though they just built the most powerful kingdom on the face of the planet.
Right.
It was through hard work and oppression. This kingdom is not going to be built through oppression of the Most High's people. It's going to be built through hard work. You know what I'm saying? They know how to build things because they built it before. They know how to plant. They know how to. They know about vineyards because they planted vineyards before. You know what I'm saying? They know about inheritance because they've seen inheritance pass from one slave master right down to the next, and have to serve the former, and then have to serve the new slave master as well. They know about this. They've seen it firsthand. They know what it takes to maintain a kingdom. Why? Because they've seen it, even though they had no participation in the organization of it. You know what I'm saying? But these brothers have the nerve. After all they've seen the plagues firsthand. They heard the cries of the Egyptian children firsthand, of the Egyptians dying firsthand, huddled together with their brothers and sisters and neighbors, eating that lamb and eating that unleavened bread. And they heard this stuff firsthand. They seen the Red Sea. They seen the pillar of fire when the Egyptians were coming up behind them. They seen the Red Sea open. They seen the Red Sea close. All led by Moses. How much more do you need to know that the Most High is with Moses and not with you? Just because it didn't happen right then and there doesn't mean it is not going to happen. The Most High is a man of his word. He promised us something. He's going to deliver it as long as we keep our end of the covenant. He made his part right. We have to make our part right. Just this past Sunday in Hebrew Academy, the I.S.U.P.K was saying how General Muhammad and Commander General YAHANNA and General Muhammad would talk, sit around and discuss, what type of cities, they'll be in, or what type of land they'll be held, they'll be over. You know what I'm saying? When it was just them two brothers, they would just be sitting there. There'll be two or three of them. They would just sitting there discussing what they'll be over because they can envision it, and that just kept them going until the school we have right now, and it's just going to keep on going until Christ comes back. You know what I'm saying? Captain Mashak brought this out a few weeks back. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this, for a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this. We're not getting up early Saturday morning so that we can. Most of us only have that one day off from a slave, and then we get up early Saturday morning, get out of bed, and come and stand on the corner for a few hours and eat, whether it be really hot or really cold, just so we can say, yeah, we did a good job. We're doing it for a crown. We're doing it for inheritance. We're doing it for power. Good. That's what's keeping us going. That's what should have kept these brothers going. They're actually walking to it. Like it's going there. They just have to keep walking, and they will run into it. They would just have to keep following the man that led them out of captivity, and they would just run into the kingdom of heaven. They will go into their land, not someone else's land flowing with milk and honey. They'll go into their land. They will get their inheritance. They just have to keep on going. They seen what was behind them. But let's keep going.
Verse 15. And Moses was very wroth and said unto the Lord, respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them.
So he's saying, now he's entreating of the Most High. Now y'all in trouble. Well, y'all was already in trouble when I came up against Moses. But now the man of the Most High is saying, Most High, if you could, y'all, don't accept their stuff, their offering. I ain't take nothing from them. The whole time, I ain't take nothing from them. Nor did I hurt them. You got something?
It's like Moses is like, he trying to compare it to, the brother saying ignorantly, like, you ain't give us this, you ain't give us that. What about the land of milk and honey? What about being in Egypt? Moses, like, I ain't hurt one of y'all.
Right.
I ain't hurt one of y'all. I ain't take not one ass from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't take nothing from y'all like Pharaoh did.
Right.
Like Pharaoh's soldiers did.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hurt one of y'all like Pharaoh's soldier did. And when I saw it, y'all know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do nothing to you. And Lord, scratch that, man.
Yeah.
Forget.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't put these whelps on your back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't make you to make bricks with less material. Make
right.
more bricks with less material.
Right.
I didn't extend your work days. I didn't give you less food to eat because I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do none of these stuff to you, just like your brother was bringing out. You know what, Most High? Lord, don't accept their offer. Let's keep reading. This pisses Moses. This angered Moses. Keep going.
Verse 16. And Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also, and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron.
Right. All right. So basically, he's saying they took the censers and they lit it. They put coals in it, just like I'm doing right here, and they lit the censers, and then they stood in the doorway of the tabernacle. The tabernacle was supposed to be situated in the middle of the congregation, so that it's like a focal point, so that everybody can see what's going on. Keep going, Barbara. Sure.
Verse 19. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So what he's saying is, everybody who was with Korah, everybody was standing like on opposite sides. Moses' people were standing at the door of the tabernacle of the temple, and Korah's people were standing on the other side facing them. Keep going.
And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation.
Now is the moment of truth. We're going to see what happened. Keep going.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment.
See, he was saying, all right, listen, look. Y'all better get from around here. Go over here, because I'm about to do a thing against all these people.
Right.
I'm about to do a thing against all these people. And just like I was saying before, where Moses said, Salakia. In verse 5, can you read verse 5 for me, Baba Kashaw?
Verse 5. Verse 5. And he spake unto Korah and unto all the company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him.
So he said he's going to who he has chosen, who the Most High has chosen, who's going to cause them to come near unto him. So right now, he just said, get back. Right? He just said, get back. So he told Moses, he's talking to Moses and Aaron. He said, get back. I'm about to destroy this congregation. Let's keep going.
And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces and said,
Who fell upon their faces? Do you know real quick?
Oh yeah, Korah, all of the congregation, everybody that was going against Aaron, Moses and Aaron and the Lord.
Let's keep reading.
Oh, Salaki, everybody that was standing with Moses, Salaki. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?
So even to the point of Moses being right, and he was pissed off. It said he was pissed off, and he said, Lord, don't even accept their offering. Even to that point, when the Most High was about to destroy everybody, again, this is not the first time. This is not the first time. They fell to their faces and humbled themselves and begged the Most High, please, just because one man, sinned, don't destroy everybody. Just because one leader is leading all these people astray, don't destroy them. They can still be salvaged. Just punch that. So and so. You got something, sir?
The people that fell upon their face, that was Moses and Aaron and them.
Yeah.
That's the people, like, and it's so humble to do. And like, it reminds me, Salaki, if I may, it reminds me of what Commander YAHANNA has said, despite all the brothers that left him hanging.
Right.
Despite all the brothers that left the truth and wanted to go build their own camp.
Right.
Despite all of the brothers and that did the dirt that they've done, that he gave out a decree and an order for all camps to come back home.
Yep.
Like, it reminds me, of that same pleading that Moses did, or what Commander YAHANNA gave out in the decree. Like, for y'all, for brothers to come back home, Moses and them, they still feel like, these brothers, they don't know what they saying, don't know what they doing. Lord, have some mercy on them. Like that's what you should want leading you to, where you can make a mistake, and as a father, as a leader, you take on the compassion and the understanding and the responsibility of the congregation, like a real leader.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like you were saying, Christ did that. As he was on the cross, he's asking the Most High, please forgive them, because they do not know what they just did. They don't know what they just did. He's begging, he's pleading as he's dying, being hung from a tree that you put him on. He's asking the Most High to please forgive you. Please forgive me. Because the scripture says, he went unto his own and his own received him not. We slung him, and Israelites slew him and hung him from a tree. That's what the scripture says. That's what actually happened in actual history. I wonder if the tables would turn, would Korah and his men actually beg the Most High to stop? Nah, I doubt that. They were like, well, they deserved that. I told them to come and follow me. Go ahead, get them. Go ahead, get them, Most High. Get them. But that's not how it went. Why? Because the Most High was with Moses, and he knows how Moses is. He knows he tested the character of the man, and he put his spirit upon Moses and Aaron. Let's keep going, Baba Shaw.
Word. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Kor, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and to the elders of Israel followed him.
When he said that, it reminded me of that scene from Baby Boy, when Baby Boy and Ving Rhames got to that fight. Mm-hmm. He punched him, and the moms got in the middle of it, and she was like, don't go. He was like, get him, and he pushed it like, get him before I kill him. Mm-hmm. This is basically what the Most High was saying. Like, hey, talk to him. You better talk to him before I kill everybody. If anybody wants to stay on that side, everybody's going to die. Anybody who's staying on that side is going to die. It's just like they say, really don't hang out with the wrong crowd, because you can get caught up in whatever it is they're doing. I know a story of a brother who used to come around the barbershop. He was a young cat. He was always, coming around the barbershop, hang around the barbershop. He was a basketball player. He was a neighborhood basketball player. It was a dude that hustles, right? Everybody knew what he did. Everybody knew who he is. Everybody knew what he did. Every time he would come around, he'd be like, he was cool with them. He was like, hey, you need a ride? You can go back home? Like, nah, I'm good. I can walk, Is that good? Every single time he did that, Whenever he came to the barbershop and that dude was at the barbershop, he was like, hey, you need a ride home? I was like, nah, I'm good. Well, this one time in particular, the brother came to the barbershop and it was raining outside. And he was like, "Hey man, you need a ride home? I can get you a ride home. It's not a problem." He was like, "It's raining. All right, I'll accept this ride, right?" And this happened in Montreal, Canada.
Right.
They got pulled over that time. 4 people in the car. They got pulled over. There was a gun in the car. No one owned up to whoever the gun was, and it wasn't this kid's gun. Everybody in the car got 3 years minimum. Everybody went down for it. Goes to show you, whoever you are around, be careful who you are around. Why? Because you can be caught up in whatever it is they're doing. Just like the Most High gave Israel very clear warning from Moses. He told Moses, read that part again, Baba Kashar.
And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and to the elders of Israel followed him.
Verse 24, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram.
So he's saying, Most High told Moses, tell the congregation, tell everybody, get away from them. Get away from them. They see the presence of the Most High. They see it. They see it. It's right there. It's plain as day. They see the presence of the Most High. And Moses, all the acts that they saw Moses do in the name of the Most High, that same power, that same aura is around the congregation right now. And Moses is saying, get from around the congregation, get from Korah. Anybody who was with me, come over here. Anybody who's with Korah, stay over there. And this is what happened. Keep going, Baba Shah. Read 25, Baba Shah.
And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and unto Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him.
Right.
And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
He said, get away from here. Don't touch not a damn thing. Don't gather your belongings. Don't touch anything of theirs. Just get from around there. Keep going.
So they get up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children.
So their whole families was out there. And this is what happened.
And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works.
The Most High sent him. He didn't do these works. The Most High did it.
Right.
He's getting the power from the Most High. He didn't crown himself prince of the nation of Israel. That was the Most High that did all this stuff. Right? So he's saying, you're about to find out who the Most High is with. So he's saying you're about to see exactly who the Most High is with. Right? So this is what Moses is declaring. Keep going, Baba Shah.
And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind.
So he's even right now, he's not even giving praise to himself. He's giving praise to the Most High. All of this stuff that's about to happen, all of the stuff that did happen, it's not because of me, it's because of the Most High. Keep going.
If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me. But
hold on. So he's saying basically, if these men die, how?
If these men die the common death of all men.
Yeah, what's that mean?
So like where am I at?
The top of 29.
29. So like 1 second. So like verse 29 where it says, if these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited by the visitation of all men, meaning the same death, the death of a wicked man. Like the death that, common men die. You don't die of a righteous death. You're not dying, of old age or something of some sort, but you die at the hand of your sin. You dying at the hands, the scripture say, Salah, precept to where it say, paraphrasing, that you die in the sin that you committed. You understand, that common death, the same death that the rest of men are dying, and not the death that the priests and prophets is dying of.
No. Basically, what he's saying is, if read it from the top, Baba Kashaw.
If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me.
So he's saying, if these men die just the way any old man dies,
right?
Just like, if they die with a nice ripe old age of 138 years old, and they die surrounded by their family and their loved ones and their great grandkids, surrounding the deathbed, and they die in that manner, then the Lord's not with me.
Right.
So that's what he's saying. Keep going, Baba Shaw.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and
just now, this is the part what you were bringing out.
Right.
Where you die in your sin. If a drug dealer dies in the shootout over a deal go bad, or if a prostitute dies or John dies of AIDS or whatnot, or if a gang member dies of a rival gang coming down and shooting the house up and whatnot.
Right.
This is the new thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not supposed to be dying like that. We're supposed to be dying going out amongst our family, our loved ones, seeing our kids and our grandkids, get older and starting things that we have, done a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Right? So keep going, Baba Shaw.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
So Moses is being very specific.
Right.
Very specific. He's saying only when he's saying if this happens, and what this thing is, what this thing he just described?
Referring to which part?
Verse 30. The earth opened up her mouth and swallowed them up and everything that appertained unto them.
And at this moment, with this, it's talking about an earthquake. The Lord about to open up the earth.
Not
in
what?
This.
Now it's what they're describing as a sinkhole. Like I don't know if you ever seen like those videos where people just be driving down the street, and then the earth just opens up and it swallows everything.
There you go.
Real fast, real quick. You don't even see what went under there. You know what I'm saying? Everything that was in that vicinity just went into the earth. That's what he's describing. He's saying if these men die any old kind of way, then the Lord is with them and not with me. Right. But if they die specifically of a sinkhole, a specific thing, something that they probably have never seen before.
Right.
If this happens, then these men angered the Most High. These men angered the Lord. They were against the Lord, so the Lord was against them. Let's keep going and see what's going to happen.
Verse 31. And it came to pass.
And it happened.
And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. So
he said, as soon as he stopped speaking, the earth just opened up. Just what was the words that he said? It clave asunder.
Right.
The earth opened up as soon as he stopped speaking, because he said a few verses up, all y'all who's not with him, who's not with these three men, get away from their tents. Hurry, quick, fast. This is an urgent matter. Everybody get up from under there, because if the Lord is with me, this is going to happen. If the Lord ain't with me, they'll die of old age and die the way common man dies. Mm-hmm. So Get away from them. And as soon as he stopped speaking, the earth opened up. Keep going, Baba Bashar.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Kor, and all their goods.
Everything that had to do with these men these men who was with them was swallowed up. Their house, their goods, their pets, their livestock, everything that had to do with them. Their fine jewels, because they were men of renown. You know what I'm saying? They were men of renown. So they actually had in Israel, we have this thing, you know, we look up to people, especially people who have money and who have, you know, fine things. So these men had those things. You know what I'm saying? They had those things. So one of the reasons why they were looking up to them is because they had those things. We look up to unfortunately, and this happens even now, we look up to people who has money, and we equate that to some sort of, you know, ability to lead or, you know, be in charge just because they have money or just because they have nice things. That has nothing to do with, you know, with being a good leader. I've heard this I don't know how many times about Commanding General YAHANNA, who is our undisputed leader right now in this earth. There were times where he was sleeping on the floor of the school. And because he was sleeping on the floor, because I'm not gonna say because of that, but just doing that, putting himself in that position, and on top of that, from what I understand, from what I heard, the stories from the men above me, he did not have to do that. He did not have to do that. He forsook, you know, his residence and slept in the school just to keep the school alive, just so that there will be a foothold in the truth, so that other brothers and sisters can come in and we have what we have here today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What type of leader, any type of leader would do that? I can't think of none but the men above me. Commanding General YAHANNA is that shining example of how we should be. Commanding General YAHANNA has forsaken all the, you know, all the lusts of the world, all the trappings of the world, to hold fast, hold strong to this truth, and to build up men to do the exact same thing in Christ and the Most High. You have something?
So lucky, and if I may, like the topic that you bringing out tonight is so heavy because it should humble us. You understand, to get in these ranks and to just, you know, follow the man above us. It should humble us to just know that the Lord is just with this man, and whatever this man said to do is what it is that I'm going to do.
Right.
You understand the precept that say give your I'm paraphrasing, but give your life unto the men that's above you or the man that's over you. You understand? I'm paraphrasing, but this topic is so heavy because you understand, like, going up against, you understand, who it is that the Lord is with ain't never been good. We talking about some thousands of years ago and up to this day.
Yeah. Most High ain't changed.
Never been good. The Most High ain't never changed.
Most High ain't never changed. He's the same.
Right.
Whoever said Most High is a man of war. That's according to the scripture. Let's keep going. Where are we? Swallowed up everything.
Right. What was that, verse 31? That was verse 33. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit.
Down alive into the pit. That's some scary stuff. You ain't never seen nothing like that. And the earth just... So we done saw, you know, 10 plagues, you know, the rivers turning into blood, you know, frogs coming out, locusts is eating everything. What else? We saw the firstborn, you know, being killed, and us surviving.
Drown in the sea.
Drown. Yeah, I was getting to that. We just saw the people who oppress us so sorely give all their earthly belongings and riches and gold and you know all their substance that meant something, that was of value, they give to us so that we can just get the hell out of Dodge. So we won't plague them anymore. We done seen a pillar of fire lead us out of, Israel, not Israel, but Egypt. And just like the brother said, we done seen the sea open up and we cross on dry land, not wet. Dry land. You know how long it takes for land to dry up once it's been raining outside? You know what I'm saying? You know how long it takes for it to dry up? It opened up and we crossed on dry land, and then we seen our enemies just getting totally destroyed right in front of our eyes. And now we seeing, someone come up against Moses, who we thought was good for us, and Korah and these other two brothers, whom we thought was good for us. We saw the Most High cause the earth to open up and swallow up all these people. Women, children, cattle, livestock, tents, men, swords, weapons, jewels, all these fine garments swallow up everything. We just seen that. Let's keep going.
Come. Down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation.
And they perished from among the congregation. Now, right, what would happen if if Moses was just like, all right, okay, I'm tired of leading, children of Israel. You can go ahead and go and take me. I'll follow your lead. What would happen? What would happen? Just for time's sake, what would happen will be a lot of what was happening right now. They would most likely lead us right back into Egypt. They would lead us right back into Egypt, right back into captivity, right back into. I've seen this post that just, pissed me off. It just made me very angry. And it was about, I don't even know her name. Something Renner. This chick has been, all over, social media past couple of months. It's the Eve that was married to PJ Washington, the basketball player, and then got filed for divorce right after she had the baby, and now she's getting $200,000 a month in child support. And she just made a post. She just made a post about, saying it's stepdaddy season. Just bragging about now. I'm out the rat race, so it really don't matter to me. She ain't what the rat race, in today's society means. She doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to work. And that's all because she trapped this young brother. She's about 10 years his senior. This dude is only about 19, 20 years old. And she trapped him with the kid. Now he's paying $200,000 a month for however long he's going to be playing. And now she's talking about, just get over it. We can just be happy. It was never going to work out. She was saying, this post is disgusting. It was never going to work out. So, let's just move on. I'm out of the rat race. I'm going to do me. You can go ahead and do you, or whatever, all this stuff. The reason for that is for people like Korah. You know what I'm saying? People like Dothan and Abiram. We're following dumb, stupid leaders like that, and Martin Luther King, and Jesse Jackson, and Barack Obama. We're following dumb, stupid people, who think what's best for us is to do everything that our oppressor has done to us. And because of that, we got posts like this. I pray for the brother. Like she is that, and that's another reason why. That is another reason why it is so important. So important that you wait at least 6 months to get to find out who this person is before you lay down with this woman. Before you lay down with this man. I heard another post. It was this had to have been fake. I pray this was fake. this sister said, and all of this has to do with us following the ideology of our oppressor, of our slave master. All of this has to do with us not following righteous leadership, righteous leaders who the Most High put in place for us. And I'm not talking about the Christian church, because of the Christian church, we have stories like this. You know what I'm saying? Because of Christian churches, we have men and women like this of Israel like this. It was this Eve who was saying, man, I shouldn't even say this. This is, I'll tell you after class. It was just bad. Just know it was bad. It was bad. And if you actually honestly got to know the person for at least 6 months before you actually lay down with them, at least, you know what I'm saying? 6 months really is not a long time. Because once you actually do the deed, the Most High is holding you accountable, both of you, accountable for being with that person for the rest of your life. Brothers, you may have an opportunity. You can get another woman, but you cannot leave that woman that you didn't lay down with. You cannot leave that woman. Women, there's even more. It's more at stake for you, because these women didn't stand up against Moses. These wives didn't stand up against Moses and say, we want to come against you. Their husbands did that. Nonetheless, they're the ones that got swallowed up in the earth, just like their husbands, with their kids, along with their kids. So the stakes are even higher for you. You need to actually sit down and vet this brother out that you want to marry. At least 6 months. Why? Because you can end up like Korah's wives and Dothan and Abiram's wives. You can very well end up like that.
So, like, if I may too, for brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K, what just happened here is so heavy, because these brothers, they was performing the Sabbath service. We perform the Sabbath service. You get too highly thought of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
In this time of captivity. The Lord has a way of putting us right in the spirit that we need to be in. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord don't want us to learn the hard way, but nonetheless, what do you do to a child that don't want to listen, that don't want to learn? Korah and them, they were priests. They were holding it down in the service.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord still had to punish them. Like, we gotta be, humble enough to understand what it is that's going on. That's why what you're saying and what the scripture's saying right now is so heavy. The Lord did this, you understand, for Moses. We seen what the Lord did for Christ and what he was going to do for Christ. Like, we owe it to ourselves and not make that same mistake Korah made, because we can get swallowed up in the sinkhole as well.
Yep.
We can get swallowed up in the sinkhole as well if we find ourselves being in the wrong spirit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
that's exactly right. What Officer Brock was saying is exactly right. Because if we don't have the spirit of discernment, and how do we really have the spirit of discernment? Go vet that man of God out. Talk to him. Get some counsel. You know what I'm saying? See if just look at his works. You can tell a fruit. You can tell a tree by its fruit. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing but fine fruit in here. Let me tell you, that didn't sound right. There's nothing but fine gold in here. That's what that is. But what I'm saying is, just you can look at the works that Commanding General YAHANNA has set up. And there can't be any argument as to who the leader of Israel is right now, just by the works that Commanding General YAHANNA has made, and the men he raised, and the sisters he rose up. There is no question who the Spirit of the Lord put, who the Most High put His Spirit on. There's only one West. There's only one home of the truth. And with that, is there any questions? No. With that, I pass the class over to Officer Barak.
Salaki, bear with me.
Why don't you come?
Yeah, he's rushing.
No.
I could have just. With the security announcements, we the I.S.U.P.K at 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the word. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. TITHES, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. In the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming Holy Convocation, this Wednesday, we got the Day of Atonement. You understand? We got the Day of Atonement. Give me 1 second. That'll be the 10th day of the 7th month. That'll be this Wednesday, September 15th of 2021. You can find the scripture in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 27 through 32. As well, we get the upcoming cookouts.
Sorry if I could. Day of Atonement is this Wednesday. It'll be from sundown Wednesday until sundown Thursday. Everybody is to abstain from eating and drinking. There are people that are excluded from this. This is children. Feed your children. Feed your children. Women who are pregnant and people who are on medication that if you do not take this medication, your life will be in jeopardy. Those people who if you do not know if you fit into one of these categories, seek counsel from your camp leader. They will give you counsel on if you fit into one of these exempt categories. Other than that, from sundown Wednesday until sundown Thursday this week.
Most out of Chris. Does any more on that as far as the holiday? Those for the upcoming cookout we have in Houston. It's in October. You have the date on you right now. Just stay tuned. You understand? In close contact with the dates of the Houston cookout that's coming up in the month of October. Following Houston's cookout, you have California Vegas cookout. Following Vegas cookout, you have Florida's cookout. You understand? As well, tonight is Monday night. Commander YAHANNA's Black Watch News radio show. His live show. You want to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tune in. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a couple seconds. Right. Tune in. Like the channel. Right. You understand? Share it. Make sure your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your co-workers, whoever. Make sure that they get their eyes on this live stream. There's some heavy material that's on there. You understand? Right. That'll be going live at 9 o'clock and 9 o'clock Eastern time, ending at 11 o'clock. All right. Remind Akim and Akwatin to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he used to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Mada Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah,
Yahweh, and the class is dismissed. Most high Christ.